What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about reading the signs to catch more bass. Oftentimes when we go bass fishing, we got to pay attention to what's happening around us in order to catch fish. We're going to talk about those signs today, how to catch more fish, and why it's important that you do so. Alright guys, we're talking about intuition here, intuitive fishing, reading the signs that are in front of you, this is your age-old being an outdoorsman, understanding the situation that you're fishing. The first thing that I'm going to look at is water clarity, and just the water in general, right? If the water is clear, fish are going to be more visually dependent to feed. If the water is dirty, they're going to be more sense dependent to feed. So literally speaking, the baits that I'm going to be throwing are determined by the water that I have in front of me. So last week I got into the situation where I could only fish channels. The water was super clear, it's super windy, but fish are reacting visually to the baits that I'm throwing. So I was throwing a fluke, I was throwing a rattleworm. These were perfect baits to make bass chase, right? So the water is going to determine what you are fishing. Windy, clear water means a reaction bite. If this water was dirty, stained, and cold, I'm gonna slow way down and approach it way differently. But reading the water in front of you is super important. Number 3. With those smaller ones, you get those better ones mixed in. So this one would probably be my first legal one. Nice pretty fish right there. Let's get another one. The second part of reading the signals here is wind direction. Wind positions bait fish, it positions plankton, it positions all of the prey that predator fish are looking for. Reading the wind is super important. On cold days when the temperature is falling, you want to get out of the wind because it's cold, right? On warm days, wind is going to stimulate feeding. So here I'm fishing a warm day, and these windy pockets are positioning bass in predictable locations that I can pattern. I can then look at that wind direction and look at that water clarity and know that throwing a fluke in here is a great way to get bit. I can't throw a more power presentation because the fish are just super skittish from moving up in the winter, but fishing these places has allowed me to understand that the wind and the water clarity is positioning these bass in a predictable location. And what I'm doing is covering these predictable locations and catching fish, weeding through a lot of smaller fish to get better fish. So what I'm doing is I'm fishing this junction right here where a channel comes down this way, a channel comes in, and they're sitting in this junction in this deeper spot where there's washout holes, just twitching this fluke through there, and they're smashing it. Case in point here is Dave on Santee Cooper. You see the wind blowing into this pocket, you see the stained water. That means that fish are going to be situated up on these cypress tree stumps. Dave is throwing a jig up on these stumps to target these fish. Let's watch what happens when you read those signs correctly in this situation.
There I see some fish. I actually do see some fish around the base of that tree, so I might have to put the brakes on and try. They're so tight to the bottom, it's hard to really see if those are fish or not, but they do look like fish right up next to this tree, so I'm gonna have to throw a worm in there. I'm not necessarily looking to see. Oh, there's a fish, a good one too, guys. Oh, a good fish. Oh, a giant. Oh my God. Oh my God, I just caught it on the upgrade jig. This is on the upgrade. Look at that shit, like 5th or 6th cast. Look at that. Holy shit. That's at least an 8-pounder. Yeah, let's freaking go, dude.
The third instinctual thing we want to think about is matching the hatch. What are fish actively eating that you can present to them that they're going to readily attack, consume, eat, or lash out at. If fish are dependent upon bottom or cover related things, a jig is always a great option. Because a jig is a big meal, it's slow moving, it looks like a crawfish, it gives off that bottom contact sensation and vibration that they're keyed in on eating. So that makes sense. In a situation where fish are bottom oriented, you want a bottom oriented contact style bait. On the contrasting side, if fish are looking up, they're eating bait fish or bugs or insect hatches, you want to throw something that is hovering above them, that is causing them to react to it, or that looks exactly like the bait that they are feeding on. So in that clear water situation, it behooves you to throw a minnow style profile bait that's going to generate more strikes for you. So reading the water conditions, reading the wind, and matching the hatch are 3 instinctual things that you need to do as an angler in order to catch more fish. Simply doing that will help you out a lot. Guys, we hope you enjoy what's been going on the channel lately. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Give us a like, subscribe, go to the links in our bio, buy gear from that, help support us, help us do more for you guys. We want to help you learn. We want to help you catch more fish. So thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We'll see you next time.